then it comes directly to us in email form, or you can just be part of the guest book and keep updated.
So when are you going to do your castings call?
We'll be out next week starting to interview and talk with the local talent here for the reality show.
There's some local talent here. It's been said that Asheville is a sexual dodecahedron.
Is that 10?
No, I think it's more than 10.
Let's see.
That sounds very nasty.
See, you no longer have to live in Hollywood or New York to participate in live reality television.
That's right.
And just so someone that doesn't know, who's been out of the world for maybe a decade, reality TV, it's a genre of television that you actually take actual individuals, not Hollywood actors, and put them in unscripted, dramatic situations for an effect that could be comedy or just competition, just life. Sure, absolutely.
So
bigger.
You do realize that actually all of those shows are actors and most of them are scripted.
Yes, they are. But
no, really? Is that why they're so bad?
That's why we're here at the community, the public access. We're taking reality TV back, 100% live, 100% real, for Asheville, by Asheville,
taking reality TV back one story at a time.
That's right. But most important thing is.
Are we?
It is.
That's you.
Whoops. I have mine. Oh. I thought you said you wanted some.
Oh, this is my cup.
He's
please.
The man. Okay. He gets the big cup.
I guess this is for Mr. Jonathan.
I said, please have some more tea.
Oh, okay. How are we doing?
That's good.
See, I didn't do the Stanley move all the way up either.
So you're coming back next week to search for people?
Yeah, I'll be back next week. Can't be in the studio because we'll be out in the field of trying to get used to the area. We'll have a little studio set up. But what I can say is we have to go out to the people. We'll be in the field to get our talent.
You're going to get talent in the field, huh?
Talent in the field. When I say talent, I mean someone like you watching today on TV possibly could be on the reality show. And I don't mind, you can contact us if it's something that you're looking to do a reality show, live 100% from the URTV studios. We'll look at you. We already have the concept for our first reality show that's going to be groundbreaking.
Check out the little editor.
Yes, let's hear about your editor.
You don't have to.
So if you want to be on groundbreaking TV, keep an eye out for the casting call.
That's right.
In the field.
And you'll put the casting call in through here too, right?
Right, through this, yes.
But also through the show.
For future shows.
For our show, I mean, you'll come to the tea party.
Oh, I'd love to, if you'd have me back.
Or give us a note to announce the casting calls. Actually, this is a casting call going out right now, calling all URTV members to come and be a member of the cast of the Mad Scientist Tea Party. This is your open door to access television, and you should come, have a cup of tea, and get a feel for it, and then just move right out into your own television show from right here. This is the launching pad. This is your door, and you come, and we'll do everything we need to make your transition into your television show as smooth as we can. And they're always a little bumpy because there's little crazy technical things. Also, I'm getting ready to do. We're opening a new class on audio for video, and I'm going to do an audio for video workshop, 3 weeks worth of.
Wonderful.
And so, but come and do it. How do you like that little thing? Does that look useful to you?
I love it.
It's got it's got a little jog wheel like this, or like it's frame by frame with that.
Oh yeah.
You feel the little clicks on it. Each little click is a frame.
Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah.
So you can go to 1 frame, 2 frame, two, like that.
You can go fast.
Now, in case
We can go
someone
fast with this one.
needs to find out information about URTV, we do have a link hooked from www.realitytvprogram.com.
That is so cool.
You can go to www.realitytvprogram.com and find a link of URTV.
You can set
Also,
the
you can
stuff like that, like
get
stocks and
directions
stocks.
to URTV off this site. So if
much
you're
was it?
interested in local programming, all you have to do
The price
is
Great.
put in your little address wherever you may be. What's a town around here? In,
Asheville?
just let's say if
Just
someone was
Asheville.
outside of Asheville,
Fairview.
Fairview. So if you were coming from Fairview, you could put in your address from Fairview, and it'll drive you to the door of the studios. It was wonderful. I didn't even. I picked up my rental car at the airport. I'd already went to the site, and from the airport, I had directions right from the airport straight to the studio, and it was wonderful. So you can get that from the site also.
When I first got off the plane to drive into Asheville from New Orleans, because I kept being called here, my intuition was pulling me here.
Really?
I was like smitten whenever I got off the plane and got on 26. I'm going like, I gotta move here.
Right. Well, unfortunately, it's sort of quaint. You have two little lanes, which I'm not used to, and there was an accident. There was an accident in one,
Always.
and so it did slow me down a little bit.
All these people are coming here now and they're having these accidents
Okay.
on us. That didn't used to happen.
Well, you moved here too. I mean, we all moved here. I didn't move from as far away as you did. I came from Winston-Salem, which really literally is just down the road a piece.
Well, I had been driven heat crazy in New Orleans.
That'll happen in
I
New
was
Orleans.
heat crazy, and it felt like all hell was fixing to break loose in that city.
I'm not plugged in. I thought you said Heath. I thought maybe Heath Schuler. She was driving crazy, and so he ended up here.
Heat crazy.
Heat,
You
I
get
got you.
heat crazy in New Orleans. It'll make you nuts. So I had to get to, and so I'm starting laying in bed, sweating and dreaming about the high country.
Have you enjoyed these cool nights that we have had for the
I
past
always
week?
enjoyed the cool nights.
It's just wonderful, isn't it? I have
We even
slept
have
so
cool
well.
nights in the summer.
I know. I have slept so well and
Now,
have just enjoyed this weather.
Were you by the sewers, or the bayous there, or?
I wasn't by the bayous.
Okay.
I was in the Garden District.
Oh, okay.
The Garden District.
Yes.
Where is that?
That's in Uptown New Orleans.
Oh, I see.
In the old historic area.
Okay.
I
Uptown.
didn't want to live in the French Quarter because you turn into a character living in the French Quarter, and I felt like I needed to keep my feet somewhat on the ground, so I lived in Uptown.
So you're
where I
more
could pay
like-
higher rent.
Really?
My good friend Billy Joel. He had a song like Uptown Girl.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you were
yeah.
one of those.
I was an Uptown
You were like
girl.
the Christy
Because-
Brinkley's.
yeah.
Thank you. We've
Sorta like the
enjoyed
Christy
a
Brinkley
little motion has
Well,
helped.
I have a plane to catch.
Well, come
so
in and have a look at the thing. Okay, see the little, my little toy command post.
So you flew in, you flew out.
yeah, I have to
It's
go,
cool.
and I don't want to miss this one because there's not one till tomorrow. So
Okay.
It just plugs into
Well,
the USB.
nice to meet
pleasure
you.
to meet you. Thank you for your card.
Oops.
Clip notes.
Look forward to
Notes.
seeing you. Thank you.
Come
Thanks
back
for the
and
invite.
be sure and give us a casting call. We'll send you some real lunatics.
Well, I'm hoping for loonier the better.
Okay.
And what better place than what's your website again?
Psychoacousticresearch.us.
I will tell you this.
Like Psychoacoustic Research R Us.
Our first show, close tie-in.
Psychoacoustic.
That's the
Research.
best thing I can tell you.
Right. And I'm getting
So-
ready
Psycho.
to. I'm getting ready to do the.
Thank you again.
Oh, yeah,
It's been a
video.
pleasure.
Little card thing.
Well, I thought it just dropped.
Right.
It couldn't have gone
Is
far.
that a registration
Must-
card?
I thought it went over there.
Just little kind of template.
Did it jump in it back in its own box? No.
No, we'll find it.
It has to be right on.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
That's
Have
very
good
odd.
luck on your quest.
Thank you.
Did it go behind the TV? Somehow.
That is absurd.
Now, what was it? A card?
It was a little template that goes right in there.
The
with
wormhole is here.
I saw it
there
just
you
like
go.
drop to the floor right at your feet. I thought. Is that what you thought too?
Yes. Looks like we installed the wormhole a little early.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good flight.
Sure enough, it's not here. So
That is bizarre.
it is. Okay. All right, we're gonna all jump up and do a little dance and see where this thing went.
It had to have gone in Davian's purse or something.
No, it's not in my purse. I don't think I looked already, but I'll try.
Really?
There it is. There it is.
Oh, it was hiding under me.
How'd it get over there?
That beats me.
It's trying to get away from you.
It had to
Bounced
crawl.
over its way.
It had to hit the floor and then crawl.
It's trying to get away. Very good.
All right. Okay.
Found it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really strange. It was
ran
under me.
off under
It
John.
was under me. How did it?
Back home.
Yeah. Anyway, you see what it is. You see what all the one-button functions are, and you see it's got a little T-bar. It's got a jog. That one's frame by frame. Click, 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 click. Frame by frame, forward and
And look what
backwards.
it's got.
Oh, that's just.
Little USB hub.
Yeah, that's so that I can. I'm running out of. When I hook everything up that's USB, I'm running out of USB.
I did this. I just hooked up a whole new hub on mine
Mm-hmm.
yesterday.
I liked that little hub. You like the little hub?
I like the
It's good.
little one, but I need a bigger, because I was figuring I probably
Well,
needed to get a real heavy duty one since I'm doing video a lot.
Well, there's
I
three.
thought-
There's 3 USB hubs on here. I mean, three USBs on the computer.
Yeah, well,
And so I just had to
Yeah.
add some more.
yeah, but I thought that I probably needed to get a USB hub with more oomph because of the video stuff,
Oh yeah.
loading it in and out.
Did you get some oomph?
Yeah. And like firewire cable that
Oh, I've got a FireWire
look
card too that plugs in.
hefty.
I've got a card that plugs in here that's FireWire, and I've got a external DVD burner
Mm-hmm.
that has USB on the back of it and 2 FireWires. So it can go FireWire or USB.
Yeah.
And if it's FireWire, you can daisy chain it. You don't lose one. You can keep going. Isn't that wild?
Well, I'm going to take your audio.
Class, you are?
Yeah.
All right.
I've been hoping that someone would do something.
Well, that's, over and over, people who really know what's going on over and over tell me that the audio is the worst problem. With
Because
our
it's
program.
complicated.
With our program and what's
Yeah.
going out
Yeah.
is that the audio is bad.
Yeah.
And as Ralph was saying yesterday, Ralph was here yesterday out front and talking with me. As Ralph was saying, he says audio is 70. You were in his class when he said audio is 70% of video, and he said you can. He told me he says I have found that you can get by with some terrible video if your audio is good.
Yeah.
But not vice versa.
Right.
If you've got
Right.
he says if you've got wonderful video and your audio is bad, that people say, ooh, that's just cheap junk. It doesn't hold, and it's true. So I'm going to try to see what we can do to get audio up without going overboard. But there are, if everybody, if in 3 weeks time, if everybody gets sort of a clue, a little bit of an idea, you know what I mean, a little bit of a feel for audio and can get a little improvement, it'll go a long way.
Well, Ralph told me that even the mic and the audio on our PDX-10 cameras is a pretty decent audio system
It
on
is.
there. So,
It is. Oh yeah,
if you're shooting with the PDX-10 and you know how to do your settings, you ought to be able to get some pretty decent audio.
Mhm.
You just probably need to know how to do your settings.
Right. That's probably what when they go through Field Gear, they really don't spend much time on the audio.
No.
Okay, that's thank you for saying that, because I will add. I'm gonna try to center the audio all around the equipment we have here at the station.
Yeah, because to me
And-
that's the big mystery, and I've been asking them to do a training class on the cameras, a more extensive one than just our checkout, where we get Field Gear certified.
Mhm.
That we need some instruction on these cameras because
Mhm.
they're a little on the complicated side.
Mhm.
And we want to be able to do as best that we can with those cameras. So
Right. When you do your show, the making your hats, do you use the microphone on the camera? Or do you
I
use-
graduated from using a relatively inexpensive Sony lavalier to.
That's nothing wrong with that. A relatively inexpensive Sony lavalier is still a very good microphone.
But my Sony lavalier was picking up when I would step on the pedal on my sewing machine, I would get this zit kind of thing, some kind of interference.
Yeah. Okay.
And so then I bought a Sennheiser lavalier.
Like it better.
And so I graduated to Sennheiser.
Sennheiser makes a nice mic now.
And but I don't get the interference that I was getting before. So before the first part of the
that's a step
thing
up.
that
Sennheiser's a step up.
Yeah. So I got a better mic.
Yeah. Sennheiser's a real mic.
Yeah, it's a real mic.
It really is. I mean,
so,
not that anything's wrong with the Sony, but the Sennheisers are lovely microphones. They really are. If you can afford them, they're usually rather expensive.
Yeah, it was $500.
Okay, $500, and most people find $500 for a microphone to be a pretty big chunk to lay out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. The list price was $800, but I got it for $500 on Amazon.
Okay.
One of the shopping
on the internet
things on the internet.
Yeah. Right, as we all do.
But I think that we need to know when our audio is bad.
Yeah.
There's a good possibility that we have bad audio and don't even know we have bad audio.
Exactly. And see.
So we need to know.
And I've had that problem too, and part of it is if the camera operator will put on some headphones, then the camera operator will be monitoring the audio all the time, and if bad audio is coming in, the camera operator needs to stop and say, hey, because that's the final step, is right there. And we've had this on a show that I was working audio on, where I had my headphones on and I was sending a feed. Perhaps I had a bad wire though between me and the camera, and I was sending a wonderful feed. That was, I was listening to our musical guests, and it was just wonderful. And then the show came on TV, and I watched the show, and it was horrible. And I was just like, oh man.
And you were mortified.
I was mortified. And then at the end of the show, they read the credits, and they said so-and-so is a cameraman and produced by so-and-so and directed by so-and-so, and our sound engineer, John Blackwell. And I was just so embarrassed, because it was like one
it's out there to the world.
Like one channel worked and the other channel just sounded like and stuff. And I was, oh man, and that was on TV, and they're saying our sound engineer John Blackwell, and so I started trying to say, would you cameramen please put on some headphones, or at least just periodically every 15-20 minutes during the shooting, put on headphones for a minute and just listen and make sure that the audio is still coming through. And look at the meters, see that the levels are right on your end, just because that's the final step. You've got to monitor it. That's really a big step. Listen to your audio. And then I found out that the girl who was doing the editing was editing on her laptop with the little speakers that are in the laptop. This is a show with music on it, and she was hearing it through the little speakers on a laptop. And I was like, will somebody please get this girl some speakers where she can hear, or some real headphones. Generally speaking, you can't get what I call real headphones for less than $100. And that's very expensive, I think, but it makes the difference. Anyway, one thing and then another. She got some real speakers on there, and all of us got different things worked out, and I found the bad wires and got rid of them and what have you, and we've come up with some very nice soundtracks on some of the shows.
Which ones are?
Well, we had David Holt. Do you know who that is? I think the last show we did was with him. That was. But we have had. I don't. He may be the best known person that we've had, just because he gets a lot of coverage. He's been on a lot of TV and stuff. But I don't want to stop with him by any means. Week after week, this is the Green Radio Bistro. Week after week, we have had excellent talent, and some of our favorites. Jonathan always says, and as somebody who's one of my favorite characters around town, is Malcolm Holcomb. And Jonathan, who was running Camera One, he said that the show with Malcolm Holcomb was his favorite. And Malcolm is just, I mean, he's superb. When Malcolm gives a good show, he's just spellbinding. Yeah, have you seen Malcolm?
No.
You ever heard of him?
No.
Oh, well, Malcolm got a review. The last album I saw of his, and I think he's come out with one or two since, and might be working on one now. But the last one I saw reviewed in Rolling Stone magazine, he got a 5-star review in Rolling Stone. This is a local boy. Now, I don't know if you know, but the Rolling Stone just does not give away 5-star reviews. Maybe Led Zeppelin gets a 5-star review in Rolling Stone or something like that, or maybe not if the album's a little slack, But they gave Malcolm a 5-star review, so that's it doesn't get any better than a 5-star review in Rolling Stone. It's top of the list, So that's Malcolm Holcomb. Check him out if you get a chance. He plays all around. He lives right here.
No, unfortunately, I don't get URTV on my TV set, so I can't check him out on URTV, but I'll watch for him.
Have you noticed that most of the people that produce shows here and stuff can't get URTV on their TV sets?
I thought I was the only weirdo.
No, I got cable put in just so I could get URTV, and I have talked to more and more people who say that they have cable simply. They say the only thing worth seeing is public access. They say, I have cable, but the only reason I have it is so I can get public access and C-SPAN. They say like that, And
oh yeah, C-SPAN. There was a long time back in the mid-90s whenever I had a crush on Brian Lamb. Someone said he was the thinking woman's fox.
All right.
And I thought, I think he is a fox.
Yeah.
I love Brian Lamb.
Now, are you a native of New Orleans or?
No, I'm a native of South Carolina.
South Carolina, that's right.
And then I got down in New Orleans for 10 years. I got lured to New Orleans.
It's a good city.
Then the Blue Ridge lured me back.
New Orleans, though, I bet
Yes.
you had a good time in New Orleans.
It was a great time.
It is. It has a character. Nashville has a character. You only go to places that have character. You don't want to go to just.
I don't want to go to urban sprawl.
All right. And
In fact, this is going to be a personal story.
Okay.
In fact, I got divorced down there, but before I got divorced, my husband tried to talk me into moving back with him, and he was being real sweet about it. And when I finally consented and said yes, then he said, okay, well, I'm going to go look for a place out in Metairie, which is the suburbs of New Orleans, which is suburban sprawl. And so when he left, I started feeling very suicidal. Because, oh no, we're going to move to the suburbs. The urban sprawl suburbs of New Orleans. And I thought, well, that's probably a bad sign, so I probably shouldn't reconcile with this ex-husband.
This guy was
I didn't.
Just too conservative for you, wasn't he?
Boy, we didn't jihad. After all. But I'm not good wife material. That's the problem.
Is that the problem?
Yeah.
You take full responsibility.
I'm not good wife material. I'm not subservient enough.
Yeah, I believe that.
So I can't help it.
Well, people. Then again, on the other hand, some people need wives that are more subservient and some less.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. So men are evolving to where they don't need a subservient woman. A lot of them. That's true.
But you see how I am. I sit right here in this chair and order people about. Pour some tea into that, and get that box over yonder.
You're not very subservient either.
Move the camera about.
You like to give the orders.
That's what I tell people. I say I sit and bark orders. That's what I do. I bark orders at people.
Yeah, but you do it nicely, so.
I try to. I try to.
I mean, I would get irritated after a while and start like bitch slapping people. So you have much more patience than I do.
You don't know how close it comes sometimes, but the fact is, if I jumped up and did everything. Like as it is, I jump up and I'll go get tea water sometimes.
You'd be dead by the time the.
No, if I wouldn't be dead, but I wouldn't be hosting the show at all. I'd be so scattered about just hopping up and doing things. Let's see, have we run out of time on our recording? No, but I'm going. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change our disc because we have an extra half an hour of show today. And
for those just tuning in, we had a young man from Hollyweird.
Hollyweird.
And they're coming to do a reality program